Winter is here. I know what I must do. What was that? Must just be the wind. Yo, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to another Skyrim Meads and Meals. So today, what I've got going on, I have racked the Blackbriar mead already. That's in the fridge, chilling off. What I'm going to be cooking today is the Companion's Meatball Bake. Should be pretty good. It seems like a pretty simple recipe, which is good for me. But let's get right into making some food from Skyrim. By the way, to go along with this, there's some pre-prepared lavender bread, because it says it is good with a good bread and a good ale, but we're going to be drinking mead with it, and some of this lavender bread, which is going to be pretty interesting. First thing first here, we're going to go ahead and get this preheated to 450. There we go. Next up, we got some taters. You're supposed to use baby potatoes. I'm using regular potatoes, so I'm just going to do 3 of those. It should be good enough. Potatoes.
What we need is a few good taters. What's taters, brothers? What's taters, huh? Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Lovely big golden chips with a nice piece of fried fish. Even you couldn't say no to that.
Oh, yes, we could.
And what you're going to do, you're going to rub the potatoes all over with oil, put them on a baking sheet, which I already did, and roast them for about 15 minutes so they're somewhat soft but not cooked all the way through. They're kind of going to get double cooked. Little bits of olive oil here. And we rub. I've never rubbed a potato before, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. And then pretty much just waiting till the oven is done with its preheat. Those look pretty well rubbed. All right, we're a little bit ahead here because the oven's still preheating, but that's good. I'm gonna get going on the meatballs. Right, ground beef, breadcrumbs, garlic, sour cream, some Stormcloak seasoning. What we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and get this meat out of here. It is 1 pound of ground beef. So that's exactly what this is here. Get that going in the pan here, the bowl here. Then half a cup of breadcrumbs. There's a half. Put that in there like so. 1 tablespoon sour cream. There's that. Gonna need those spoons in a little bit again, I think. 1 clove of garlic minced. Let's see, how do we want to go about this? I am gonna do that much garlic. Teaspoon. Just something light. Don't want to go over on the garlic. I think I did a little bit too much in the last thing I made, so we'll go a little lighter for this. 1/4 teaspoon of Stormcloak seasoning. They really have you going light with the Stormcloak seasoning in every recipe. So just sprinkle that on in. A little bit of Stormcloak seasoning. Now we're gonna mix that on up. Oh boy, that's the best part. Just digging into some ground meat and mixing it on up with the stuff with your hands. That's always fun. That smells good. Smells real good. I think that's mainly the garlic I'm smelling here. Make sure I get that mixed in real good. Like all these meatball recipes and like meatloaf recipes, they always all call for breadcrumbs. But I honestly don't think it's necessary. I think you could do it without. Like you'd still be able to make it into balls of meat without the added bread. But we put it in because it's part of the recipe. Alright, I think that's pretty well mixed. So the next thing, we're kind of just waiting on the potatoes, I think. We need to get the potatoes baked for 15 minutes, Then we can start casseroling this thing up. So yeah, kind of just a waiting game now. You know what I suppose I can do while I'm waiting? Still waiting on the oven to preheat. I can just go ahead and start making these meatballs. I mean, why not? Just get ahead of the game here and get the meatballs made up. It says to make them about the same size as the potato because you're gonna kind of like layer this into a casserole. I think that's about a good size for a meatball. What do you think? Looks good to me. Let me know down below also if any of you guys have made these recipes. Let me know what you thought of them. Or maybe you're thinking about making them. Drop me a comment down below. I think my meatballs are slowly getting bigger as I keep going. Oh, there's that oven preheated. Alrighty, so now potatoes going in. We're gonna throw them in there for 15 minutes. Bam. I don't know, we'll have to see how they come out because it's talking baby potatoes. We're using full-size potatoes. So it could be a little different. Okay, we're good. Bake time going. 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll kind of have to just check on them and see if they're getting soft because, like I said, we're using full-size. It's asking for baby potatoes. But they're going to kind of bake, they're going to kind of cook twice. So I think either way we're going to be all right. Back here now to the meatballs. Oh, I hear potato sizzling. That's a good sound. All right, so there we have some meatballs made up. There it is. I'm a little bit ahead, so that means it's drinking time. There it is. Potato should be just about ready. Pull these on out of here. Oh yeah, they do be sizzling. They do be sizzling. I am going to let those cool off for a bit. We need to cut them up, and I'm not trying to deal with no hot potato. Now, we need to turn this down to 350 because the rest of it's going to bake at 350. There we go. It's already heated, so we don't have to like let it heat up again. There it is. It's heated. So while those potatoes are cooling, I'm going to get this next thing going. We're going to get like a sauce going. So we need to boil some water. We've got like 1 cup of water here that we're going to boil. And then we're going to add in sour cream and tomato paste into that. And that's going to be like a sauce that goes over top of the meatballs and the potato. Okay, we have boiling water. I'm going to shut that down. And we're going to add in the other ingredients to it. It says 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to go for 3. Go big or go home. We ain't playing that 2 to 3 game. We're just going for 3. Tomato paste in. Kind of mix that in before we go for sour cream. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. You kind of mush it up. It's not wanting to mix too good. It's kind of clumpy. But it should be alright. And now, let's get that sour cream in there. Kind of scoop that out a little bit. As much as I can. That ought to do. And get that mixed in there. It's going to be a nice sauce going on these potato and meatballs. I think you want it kind of creamy, not super like thin, so I think we got it pretty good. I think it's got a good consistency to it. Check it out. Alright, we'll let that kind of chill there. Gonna bring it on over here to potato time. I'm gonna cut these potatoes up. I think really it just wants you to kind of like slice them. So that's what we're gonna do. Some nice, good size slices. They're still a little hot, but I'm dealing with it. My hands can handle the heat. There's one tater done. Alright, there we have some chopped up taters. Now, what we're going to do, it says it says alternate the potatoes and meatballs. So, I don't know how we're going to really go about that. I'm just going to kind of throw tater in, throw meatball in, tater, meatball. There's gonna be more taters than there is meatballs, but we'll just kind of, we'll throw it in like this. And then we'll just throw the rest of this in here all willy-nilly. There you have it. There's the taters and the meatballs. Then we're gonna take our sauce here and we're just gonna kind of pour it on top like so. It's not pouring very well, but it's okay. Get it all over the place. I think maybe I could have used a smaller pan. Might have been a better option, but this is what we got. It'll be good either way. Now we've got this kind of situation going on. We're gonna throw this into the oven for 25 to 30 minutes, or until the meatballs are done. Like so. We'll throw 30 minutes on the clock because either way I'm going to be checking on it, making sure the meatballs are done. So we'll just give it the max time. If we got to pull it earlier, then we pull it earlier. Is what it is. It be what it be. So I've got some time to kill while that's baking. So why don't I slice up this bread? Bam. Bread. Looking real nice. Pull that on out of there. That is a nice looking bread. There it is. So there was a little problem with the bread. The center kind of came out doughy. So the slices that I had cut, I threw them back in there to kind of toast them, maybe cook that up a little bit more. I think it worked out pretty good. And I threw the whole rest of the loaf in there too. We'll see how it went. It smells good. It smells lavendery. See if maybe it cooked that center a little more. And this is looking real nice. Check that out. Meatball bake. I could see the companions eating something like this. Alright, now I'm just going to let that sit and cool off for a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and try it with the mead that I made. Alright, so here we go on the mead. I've been letting this chill. I actually threw it in the freezer for a little bit to get it nice and cool. Let's see how this looks. Nice color to it. I really like the color. Kind of nice, like pinkish. Alright, because I mean, it had the blackberries in there, a little bit reddish, and it had the rose hips too. I'm sure they added a little bit of color. Smells good. Definitely interesting. So there we have it, guys. There's a meal from Skyrim. The companions meatball bake, meatballs and potato. Kind of a simple recipe. It seems like it's going to be pretty tasty though. And black briar meat. We're going to be trying these together. So let's see what I've created here. The meat's got a really like spicy kind of smell to it. You can really smell like it's like seasoned almost. I don't know. It's weird. Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely spicy. Not like spicy in the hot way, but like you can taste a lot of the spice to it. I think the cinnamon a lot. I think I really taste the cinnamon. Like, I'm not sure what a rose hip tastes like, what it's supposed to add, so it's like, it's hard to look for that when you're tasting it. I'm mainly getting that cinnamon kind of flavor. But you can tell that it's spiced, like it's got a lot of flavor to it. Dang, that's a good one. I like that. I like that a lot. Now let's see what we've done here. I'm gonna go for a meatball and a little bit of potato. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm liking that. The potato came out. I wasn't sure how the potato was gonna go because it was different sized potatoes. I think some of the... No, I think it's good. Like I say, I think some of the bigger pieces might not be cooked all the way, but it's pretty good. The meatballs are definitely 100% cooked, but I think just the potato, because they're a little thicker, some of them are more so done than others. But that's tasty. Man, I would definitely make that again. I forgot something. They say this meal goes good with a hearty bread. This is the lavender bread from the book. Like I said, some of the parts came out a little doughy, so I threw it on a baking sheet, the pieces that I cut, and threw it into the oven. So it's got a nice little toastiness to it now. A little bit of butter on there. It's good. It's good toasted like that. You really taste the lavender in it. I don't know how much actually went into it. I didn't make the bread, by the way. My mom made the bread, but it is good. I like it. I like it a lot. And it does well with this meal. I think the mead definitely goes with it too. I'm not doing like they have pairings in there for some of the meads and meals. I'm kind of just winging it, doing my own thing. And I think I've done pretty well in pairing these meals with these meads so far. Or maybe it's just the fact that I like to eat and drink. But this is good, man. I like this a lot. There's really something here. But anyways, guys, that just about wraps it up for another Meads and Meals of Skyrim. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Help out the channel, help out the video. Subscribe down below and turn on those notifications because you're not going to want to miss out on any of the future videos. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've tried any of these meads, any of these meals, and what you thought. But anyways, guys, thank you again for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.